Hello, everyone. I thought I'd just film a few things I've been doing and showing a few things that uh, I've got hanging around me. Could inspire me. I go to why I don't get so inspired, but anyway, I have been having fun with my stamps. And I love to stamp, but I don't do a lot of it. And I have a lot of good stamps. Is my daughter Margie always says she likes to come play in my stamps. I've been stamping things then thinking I'd make a Christmas journal. And this was a just a one, well, it was two trees, and I just kept stamping them until I made some woods. And then I did it in a green permanent ink, and then I went over it with some black, and oh my goodness, I just get fun. I used to like to paint, so I like to do depth with a lot of stuff. And I did that little car. I bought that little car stamp back. Oh, let's see. It was back when Hobby Lobby had all their stuff that they were selling at 70 or 80 or whatever percent off. And I found that it was way in the hot summer, so nobody was wanting Christmas then. And I thought that was so cute. It was not the truck, but an old car. And that reminded me of the car that my mother and daddy used to drive. It was a 48 or something like that. And when I was born, they were still driving a 1940, no, 39, 1939. Oh my gosh. We'd pile the kids in those cars. They had bucket seats back then. Even I think about things like that and how funny it is today because everybody has to be seat belted in, and we used to sit in the floorboards and ride on the front fenders and do everything else. But anyway, I won't get into all these stories. you know, since I'm so old, I get to telling tales, as they say. Anyway, of years ago. So this was gessoed, and then I inked it. I got a lot of that. Oh, what did I do with it? Yeah, y'all know what this is. Tattered Angels Glimmer Mist. I bought a package of that at the Tuesday mornings. So I started gessoing and doing stamping. And I did this one. Didn't do any color with it. It's done in just in black, but I thought it was pretty, and I stamped that Merry Christmas on another piece of paper, and it's got a lot of glitter on this, but you won't be able to see the glitter, but see the colors that I sprayed, and it's like that on the back. These will be perfect to use in with, where did I do it? Those, probably put them in one of those, like book ring things. I have some ideas when I'm going to make a journal this time. But I have some Christmas journals. Look at that log cabin, and I added the snow and the glimmer and all that. I don't know why I don't get out my paints and paint again. And that was the two trees, and I kept painting them as a wood. And then I found that stamp at Tuesday morning, Merry Christmas to all, and to all a good night in the Santa sled. Isn't that the cutest thing above all that? I like doing that kind of stuff. And let's see. See, I showed that one. I showed that one. And I showed that one. Oh, this is one I hadn't showed. Now, this one I haven't watercolored or sprayed or anything, but see, it's just book page. And I thought about making a pocket with this one. And this was about 3 stamps that I used to make this scene. I watched a lady on YouTube do this one time, and I thought, yeah, that's easier than drawing or painting, and then you can paint it. So, and this one has a road up through it, and can you see that road? And I just thought that looked, I love old roads going into the woods. Very, very interesting to me. Let's see. This is, I want to make sure I've got some time here. Okay, I'm doing good. And this is what I've been doing a lot too lately. This one would be for Christmas. I used my punches and tore up a bunch of book pages, and this is out of the back of I just saw that when I was fixing to throw away paper pad. It had a real pretty red on the back of it, so I just took my circle punch and started punching it. I went, well, I could use that with my Christmas. And then I bought these. This is, oh, that K and C Company. I bought a bunch of that stuff a long time ago, and I just bought this one, found it on Amazon, oh, within the last few months. And I like this kind of stuff because Tim Holtz has a lot of that new stuff, and I bought a lot of those packages, but these are great for just cutting up. I think they were using these in borders for scrapbooks. Not sure, but see how they do when you cut them up. Faith. Gotta have faith in yourself, and faith, well, mainly faith in God, and that gives you faith in yourself because you know that you can create and make things that are when you're doing your work of art. And I love to take the little, they call them clusters, they call them bits and pieces, they call them snippets. See how that's got all that little stuff stacked behind there? And I use my little teeny tiny Tim Holtz on that. Of course, I glued that on. And here's another one. I have lots of dreams, y'all, on what I want to do, but whether I'll get it done. I hope the clutter behind all this is not taking away because, you know, my craft room is full. It's very inspiring to come in here and look. People go, y'all have to get a laugh out of this. At my birthday party back in July, one of my dear grandson-in-laws, he came into this room because I have a table in here and I let some people eat. And when we were having well, anyway, I better watch the time. I'll be talking too much. Anyway, he came in here and he was sitting in here and he was like, all of a sudden he told my granddaughter, he said, this room is full. Then there was a little great grandson that was in here. He's just in kindergarten, and he said, oh, it is so full. And they were just probably eyeballing everything because I had it real neat that day, of course. But it took time to gain all that. And I laugh. I love people say, oh, I wouldn't want to dust all that. I enjoy my dusting because I get to look at stuff and check it out. My house stays pretty clean, though. It's not one of those. And then I have a lady that comes in and helps me, so that's good. She says she wants a room like this. She always tickles me. Anyway, imagine. Can you imagine what it would have been like when I first moved in here? Yes, it was empty. And I have played. I always talk about how hard I play. I love to play, y'all. I'm still at my age, 77. I still play like I'm young. The kids get mad because they say you can't go up a ladder anymore. I can't get on the floor anymore, and I can't get up a ladder, and that irritates me. But I do have fun, and I thought this was so cute. I just found that page. It had 2 on it. It was a book page. And see, it had the word, the 2, and that little kid, the little baby sitting, Tim Holtz's paper dolls. I just love them. And of course, that's an old ticket he had a long time ago, and I bought a whole package of them just now. Well, I used a lot of them. There was just a lot of them in there, but I got them back out. I said, I'm going to start using things that are stuck in the drawers. And that's the same thing with these. And I love this new idea of just, you got so many of those book pages after you take the backs off of them. And some of the book pages you don't have to do nothing to. And I love that mop. And see, that was also out of this, I just took those things and cut them apart. That K and C Company. I don't even know if they still make these, but I did find them off of Amazon not too long ago, and maybe you might find somebody that's a dealer that's still got some. Inspire. Yeah, everything inspires me. We always laugh. I get inspired with too many things. I am not a master of anything. I'm inspired by all you ladies on YouTube, and then I'm kind of like that Linda that used to say, oh, what the heck, when she looks around her craft room. But I have as much fun. I always say, if supply buying was a craft, I won that master because I love it. I'm sure y'all are getting giggles off of me today. There's that Tim Holtz still. See those little bitty ones? They're perfect for these clusters. You know, those little tiny flowers. They're cute because they fit right flat. I might have to take that pearl. It's kind of sticking up. I may have to put a flat back on that one. I made that a long time ago, and I just had it stuck in a box, and I went, well, not this, but just that flower. I keep, you know, you have things that you do, and then and these were those little ones you cut up, you know, the tiny ones that were the bunch of them together, and then grow these clusters, y'all. See, there's another one of those red things I punched with my circle punch, and that was just, this is really, I think, more for Christmas, but I thought it was real pretty. And here's another one. Let me make sure I'm getting enough time here. Gotta hurry up. Happiness, yes, happiness comes. I don't understand all this unhappiness people are going through, but I'm a happy person, so that's what's important. You stay happy. Anyway, imagination, yes, I've got it. And these were, I cut these out for corners. And, you know, those out of some, I was doing something, I don't remember what. But anyway, what do they call those? When you have the leftover, and I thought, well, I'm going to keep those. Well, I did. And finally, I thought, well, my imagination ran wild with that. Kind of like stencils, but it's not stencil. I can't think of the name they call that. Y'all holler at me and tell me what it was. It's kind of like, I can't even, why can't we think of something like that when we get up? Real. Well, let's get real, folks. My favorite thing is get real, folks. In this day and time, we need to, you know, stay real with what we need to do and what all we need to accomplish. And there's hope. I think I have hope in what I can do. But you know what? Everything has been inspired to me on the, on YouTube. And this is some of that Tim Holtz stuff. And then that's some of that back behind there was a piece of that KC company. Or K Company. I think it's called just K Company. I always call it KC. Hope. And let's see. How many more have I got here? Dream. There's another one in that and pretty. See? It's just got a lot of different pieces. And that's cut up. And that was another piece of cut up. And then I just... These words came off of one of those Tim Holtz words. I love the big words that were the big ones, but you can't use those in your journal. Here's another one of these. Believe. Yes. Believe you can do it. I love snippets. I probably could do those all day long. And it doesn't take me long to make a pile of them. I mean, I don't pay attention. I just pick them up and start using the little I don't even hardly glue either. I use the Tim Holtz tiny stapler, which you can't hardly see it. And if you want to cover it up, you can cover it up with something. Something you can put over it. Here's some I did not too long ago. Let me make sure I got time. I'm going to have to hurry up. I made these for tags or whatever. These are the Tim Holtz. All right, y'all. I'm going to show you this that I made. And Gail Flemings, I keep calling her name. I didn't mean to call her name out. But Gail Faba of 4, she sent me this a long time ago. It was just a dress form. And I just traced around it. May not ever make another one, but I made one. That's me. I'm a designer. I don't like to do it again. All right, y'all stay extra safe in Jesus, and I will be back, and have a good and happy weekend. Bye-bye now, y'all.